Hello everyone. So I've talked about this many times before and I'm blue in the face pretty much saying it. That, yeah, and the reason why I'm not a part of a political party is because, to be totally honest, party loyalty means more to nowadays more than the country or the people. Above all else, it means more than the people. We see this in Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael. And not even that, the smaller parties, the Social Democrats, Sinn Féin, etc. They're not much addition better than Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael. The whole lot of them. But even we see it in the smaller parties, etc. We see division and stuff. People want to get to the top, etc. And all this goes against because it's pretty much just pretty much trying to get to the top, and it's not about the people. They lose interest in the people and what they should be about the country. Years ago, that was the thing that people cared about the country and cared about the people. But unfortunately, nowadays, the political establishment has turned into just yes men. And the same with political parties. The more worried about getting the top job as the party leader or the position in the party or getting kicked out of the party and all that. And they're too worried about it. And I think party politics is just... I think George Washington was right when he said that it would divide America, having a political system like parties instead of individuals. And I think he's right because I think it's dividing people more than helping people. Because we hear it every week, there's new parties set up in Ireland every day of the week. We often remember Stephen Bannon, I think it was the former Trump administration, he was talking about setting up an Irish Nationalist Party. Now there's already about maybe, God knows how many at this stage, there must be about 8 of them. But this is the thing, people get people just divided, people split off to make new parties, and then there's other parties, and then there's new parties, and it's just an endless cycle. Nobody ever gets anything done because there's just too much parties and too much bureaucracy. And I've always said that I wanted the people to have more power, and I've always said that the last few years that the people should have the most power, more than the political establishment. Because again, it's even with the parties at the best of trying to do the best, trying to get the best for the country and the people, there's always going to be something in their way to sway their opinions. Let's put it that way, by either be political or business, etc., money, etc. Because money is the good of all evil. You have to remember. But loyalty to the party is more now than loyalty to the country or loyalty to the people. And we see this with the recent protest that the party, Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, one of them stood up and said, no, we won't support it anymore, bring the whole party down. But none of them would, and that's the thing. And when you see that, there's no hope in a democracy or in any system. If you just have people that are just yes men, that won't stand up and say no, in front of everyone, say, no, we won't. We won't vote with you, we're going to stand against you. And again, the thing about it is, it's like a dictatorship, really, in a way, in a lot of parties, because they just want total loyalty to the leader, never question anything. And it just doesn't help the people. In my view, party politics doesn't. It just goes against, I think, nearly everything, to be totally honest. I don't agree with it, to be generally honest with party politics. I think it's mainly destroyed this country too in a lot of cases. Because even 40 years ago, would say, it was probably beneficial to the country. It had done some benefit to the country. The people at the top, the people who in the political parties cared a bit about the country, cared a bit about the soul and foundation of our country. But nowadays, unfortunately, regardless of who you elect in the Dáil, lady, all of them don't really care. They couldn't care. They couldn't give a damn. They wouldn't think of it. They think more about the power of money and they think more about that party than they do about the people. And it's a sad state of affairs, but it is the truth. So let me know what you think. But I see where George Washington, years ago I often read what George Washington said about political parties, that it would divide the system, that it would divide people, and lead to nothing really ever getting done. And I often thought about that when I was younger and stuff, and I never really seen the... Obviously when you're younger you don't really understand. But nowadays I do see it, what George Washington was saying. I know we're not American, but he was right. Like, he was right that it divide people, and it doesn't help the system, because no political party, we could vote Sinn Féin in the morning, they'd be probably 10 times worse. I don't know, could they get any worse than Fianna Fáil Fine Gael? They would have a job to try and get worse than them, or even the Labour Party and stuff. But they would have a job to try and match Fianna Fáil Fine Gael. They would have to try very hard, even though they would if they could. But anyway, let me know what you think. Subscribe for more and bye.